His recent biographer, the man who wrote this fantastic book, John Kay, disagrees and thinks most of his stories were probably true. Turbaned and using the name Arb Shah, his travels seen him pass through Khiva before taking up command of a small irregular cavalry unit fighting against the King of Afghanistan. And I thought I was adventurous spending time in the Khyber Pass a few years ago. It goes without saying that of course there were beautiful women involved.
But please, put your swords up.
That's tempting.
Gardner married a woman of royal blood and together they had a baby. But sadly, his wife and his baby were butchered by his enemies. A story that he could never repeat for the rest of his life, understandably, without breaking down in tears. In the same battle where his wife and son were killed, he received a slash to the throat that was to trouble him for the rest of his life. In fact, up until the end, he would have to clamp his throat closed every time he wanted to eat and drink. It must have been an awful wound. So it was now the late 1820s, and he began trekking through the region once more, through modern Tajikistan and through Chinese Xinjiang. He passed through the Shandor Pass between Chitral and Gilgit. Not showing off, but yeah, I've been there too. But it was now that his Punjabi odyssey begins. I've made a previous video about the Sikh Empire and its ruler Ranjit Singh, so if you want to know more, do go back to that where I'm joined by historian Amarpal Sidhu Singh. But to sum up, the Sikh Empire was powerful at this point and still growing. They were and still are a warrior people, proud of their traditions and culture, and of course their religion, Sikhism. Ranjit Singh was also very willing to pay well for foreign military advisors. To gain entry into the Maharaja Ranjit Singh's modern Punjabi Sikh army, he had to prove himself. He did have some gunnery knowledge, but he was far from an expert. But through a stroke of luck, Gardner aced his gunnery test and found himself in command of a battery. He was earning more money than he could ever have dreamed of. It's now around 1832, and Gardner finally has a job and a career, and his life is about to become even more interesting. Is that even possible?